Hello, CNG 132 online class. Welcome back from spring break. Those of you that took spring break last week, hello again to those that have not taken spring break yet. As you can see, there are submissions coming in so far for Chapter 9. If we can go to the content and review the spring break real quick. As you can see here, the spring break for our online class is slightly different than our usual spring break content. This week, the people that went on spring break will work on chapters 9. People that were not on spring break will work on chapters 10, while those that were on spring break will work on 9. And then next week, students that are still not taking spring break will work on chapter 10, and Westminster and BCC will enjoy their spring break. So chapter 9's assignments are due the 26th. Chapter 10's assignments are due the 2nd, April 2nd, and then we should be within week 11 at that time. So, little bit different markup there, but we will get through it. So once again, I will cover a little bit on week 9 and 10. So in week 9, there were some questions about the assignment within the Dropbox. Project 9, the link in the project takes you to a newer access point emulator. Not the one used in the book. That's somewhat aged by now. This one is D-Link's newer access point. We're able to see the new interface of D-Link and also how it works. I think this was a good, a better format to learn off of, just because it is still, I wouldn't say newest, but newer. The older ones I didn't like too much, just because they were already starting to be dated. That just kind of adjusts the channels. So please use the updated link, and also know that the video, once again, the video is just a tool to learn, a tool to take an example from. It's not going to walk you through the specifics. Please read step by step, and if you have any questions, just feel free to email or post your discussion in the Dropbox or the discussion board. The discussion board did have a few questions about the link itself. I noticed one of the questions had a question mark at the end of the HTML, and another said that the video had an error. So if you need further help, I thought I did answer those. If you need further help, please reach out to myself or Josh for assistance. Those of you that are moving on to Chapter 10, in Chapter 10, it looks like I have a lab in a wrong spot, and the project, I just took a peek at it, and it's not the newest one, so I will upload a newer project as soon as I finish shooting this video, approximately about 11:30 a.m. Chapter 10 includes, the question for this week is just how unsafe is my phone? A lot of people lock their phones. As you see from my phone, you simply can just pick it up and open it, and it goes into my Spotify. I like to talk into class and show everybody, if you hold your phone, if you have an Android phone that uses you have to hold down your finger and drag it across the screen, you can usually see what the passcode is. The last spot being where you actually leaving a fingerprint from you picking up your finger. So take a look at your phone, see how safe it is. My phone is usually unlocked because it never leaves my pocket. I don't like setting it down. I do set it down at my desk, but it's usually charging. But I do not loan my phone out. If people ask me to use my phone, I'll usually tell them no. So I advise you kind of evaluate, just how safe is your phone at this point. We'll go over BYOB and why it's a good idea in some cases and why it's a bad idea also. I always like to play devil's advocate with the BYOD. Companies like to save money and have you use your own phone at their work environment, but you have to give the company access to remotely wipe your phone, do audits on your phone to make sure you have security measures in place. But exactly how good is the security measures for your phone? Feel free to look at antivirus that offers for your phone. I've never found them to be, I don't know, I've never had the incentive to go out and buy one for my phone. I don't see the value in really placing that on my phone if I'm only, using my phone for emails, calling, texting, not necessarily doing a whole lot of work on your phone. But realize that your phone is still a mobile device that can be stolen, taken use of, used by another party. And the BYOB, or the BYOD, evaluate, as an end user or as a security administrator, what are your goals in mind? Is BYOD a best practice? Because then your IT department has to be more knowledgeable in more products, or is it more worthwhile just going out and buy, 1,000 Apple iPhones at a discounted price? Somehow working out the budget with Apple themselves. That's all I have for Chapter 10. If you have any questions about the spring break, feel free to email or call. I will be on campus. I'm actually on Larimer campus, so I'll be on campus through next week's spring break. But once again, I'll save the grading of those chapters 9 and 10 until everybody is back from their spring break. So not until the Sunday of next week will I start grading everything for 9 and 10. Welcome back to those that coming back for spring break, and have fun with Chapter 10. I like Chapter 10 a lot. I'll post that lab here shortly.